and just.
And anyways, hi Sophia.
So, hi Sid.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
What do you think about tipping?
Oh my god, I'm gonna get canceled for this. I believe that tipping culture has gone a little far. I don't know how to say this without sounding like a complete asshole. Let's just say, okay, here's a story. Can I say the birthday story at the restaurant? This is a servicer. I guess this is like an industry worker. Remember the waitress?
Oh no. Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, my birthday. We went to the restaurant. We got there. Whatever. There was no one in the restaurant. My birthday was like on a Tuesday. So we just sat down, And the waitress took like 20 minutes to come and give us water and our menu. And we were like, okay. So we ended up just like getting the menu online. She finally comes and fills up our water. She's like, I'll come back to order your food. And we're like, no. We're like, we want to order it now. So again, being the person I am, I'm like, no, it's fine. Whatever. So we order the food. 30 minutes later, the food's still not there. And I'm like, hello? I'm like, I am hungry. And we were going to the movies right after, right? Anyways, we missed our fucking movie. Finally, our food comes out and our water's done at this point, right? And we had ordered drinks. They were horrible, which not her fault. That's the bartender. And then the food comes out and I want hot sauce. So I ask her politely, I'm like, hey, can I get some hot sauce? And then the waitress comes running and she goes, hot sauce? And I'm like, yeah. And then 20 minutes later, I still have no hot sauce. She comes back with this tiny little bottle. And she goes, I can sell this to you for $5.
No.
And then I'm like,
Sydney.
But she's like, you can bring the bottle home. And I'm like, at this point, I don't give a shit. Just, I want my hot sauce. And it takes like 30 minutes for our food to get picked up. I'm like, be for real. Like, what the are you talking about? Like, this is insane. Finally, she picks up our food and we waited another 20 minutes for the bell. So at the end, I'm with a couple friends and one of them just doesn't tip her. I tipped her like $2. Just to say. But I was like, I literally have been here 2.5 hours. The restaurant is empty. You're over there giggling with your friend. That's my take on tip. It's like, I will get, even if it's shitty service, I'll give like 18%, which is like the new norm, I guess. But when it's that shitty, hell no.
No.
Kiss my ass, in a very polite way.
In a very polite way, no. A lot of people in the beauty industry seem to think that a tip is necessary. Like, they'll count the money, and then at the end of service, if you didn't like it and you gave like a $5 tip or something, like, you're gonna feel that.
The thing is, I've heard a lot of people debate on whether they're salon or home-based, right? So if they're home-based, a lot of people are like, well, all of the costs are going back to this person, not like in a salon where you have to give a certain percentage to the owner.
I've heard that. Clients have told me they tip me more because of that.
So I guess there's like a big, there's a bit of a dispute going on. You guys can comment down.
Yeah. Do you tip by service or do you tip because you have to? Do you tip by percentage? My boyfriend tips by percentage. He'll give 15% just because that's a norm. That's what he says too. But I don't agree.
What was it? Forbes? Remember that data we looked at? 18% of consumers feel like they're obliged to tip.
I don't think that should be.
Well, they should be paying living wages.
I understand why it is. I understand. How do we tip pays? How we call them in English?
Oh, it's like you're like salaire à pourboire. We'll put it down here. I'm not too sure what it is. Yeah, because like let's say you're paid $7 an hour, which in Canada, by the way, is not a lot of money.
How much?
I think no, it must be more now. I remember when I was a waitress, I was getting paid like $8.50. But I was making a lot of tips because I worked in a good restaurant, right?
Yeah, so I think that's crazy that the industry was like, so here's $8 just because we know you're going to get more money based on your service. That's crazy.
It is because they feel pressured, right?
Exactly.
But it's, again, remember that TikTok video that went viral about the $350 knotless braids?
Yesterday, and this was the first time I haven't tipped.
Okay, so this is her judgment, though. She thinks $40 an hour is good.
Yeah. I agree.
Maybe the braider didn't want to do $40 an hour. You know what I mean? Maybe.
So then here comes the other devil's advocate of being like, then she should just adjust her prices. If she deems that she's worth more than 40, because you can't base your income on tip, right? Because not everyone tips. Especially not in 2024. People are broke as hell.
No, you're right. So that means she asked for $45 an hour. Yeah. No, you're right. Okay.
And I was fueled with anxiety, especially when I hand her over the cash and she starts counting it, and I was like, I just did not feel like tipping was necessary on this service. For how many people are making $40 an hour? I want to also add,
What do you think about cash only payments?
Well, I just feel like being paid cash is just like I could see why people would prefer to sit down and like count their money at the end of the day.
As a
Better
servicee, like it is complicated to go and get money out at an ATM,
as a
right?
servicer, you're trying to accommodate your client, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think that yeah.
Yeah, and you can set up things like Square Pay
No,
and all.
100%. I asked for cash, but like if the person didn't have cash, they could pay debit. There was no issue. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna tell them, oh well, you can't get serviced by me.
And another fun part about like using Square Pay or anything of that source is when the screen comes up, and if you do want to incite clients to tip more, it'll give you, you can set like the 15%, 18%, 20% tip option. So from that standpoint, if I see the 15% glaring at me, I think I'm more
No,
prone.
and I think that could be really beneficial for you guys' businesses because, like, from a digital marketing standpoint, like, if you're a servicey and you get to somewhere, an example, I don't know, you took like public transport and something happened and you don't have time to go and get money. I mean, just being able to whip out a card and just
Hmm. And let your clients know that they can pay what, like either credit or debit. I swear to God, it'll bring you guys more
no,
clients just because of
100%,
how
100%
convenient
it
it
will,
is. If
and
you
it
want to pay
will.
cash, pay cash. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
if that's
fine.
what you want to do, that's what you do. Tip in cash,
Yeah, you can
tip in
tip in
cash.
cash too.
But
My
I,
thing is, like, let's say I don't exactly know how much a service is before, like, let's say I get my hair done, right? I do like crazy things to my hair.
mhm.
So I'm never too sure how much the amount is, but she only wants me to pay cash most of the time. So when I go in, I bring what I think,
Mm.
and then I probably don't have enough tip.
Makes sense, makes sense. So then oh, I get what happened. So it's not like you're gonna pay cash and then like, oh, let me like Venmo you for US girlies or,
Yeah,
you know,
e-transfer for
yeah, you
Canadians.
transfer for
But it's like you
Canadians.
could do that, but it's
No,
another
like yeah,
step.
that's another
No,
step. I feel like today with like all this TikTok and everything that's going on, people's attention span, like people want to get there quick as people don't have time
100%.
to
No.
sit down and like give you cash and oh, let me send you a transfer. And then that becomes awkward though,
Yeah, it does
because
because
like
what if like you just don't want to send the transfer?
also it
And
would
it's
call
just like
me.
market it. I think Square Pay offers plans that start at like $50 a month to use
No,
their
it's not even costing you $50 because you're
you're
making
making
the
the
money.
money.
Your clients are basically gonna pay for your Squarespace.
Yeah,
So
it
yeah,
pays
you could.
itself off. I think one of the ways that you could probably get more tips and like marketing your brand is sending follow-up messages to your clients. Making sure that like they had a good
Yeah, no,
experience.
okay. I was confused. I was like, "What do you mean?" No, no, I get
Like,
that. I
why
get
didn't
that.
you
I was
fucking
like,
tip
"What?"
me? No,
I was
obviously,
like,
please don't.
1 week later, I would text my client and ask them like, "How's your nails doing?
Yeah, because you
They
never know.
doing good?"
Maybe they didn't tip because they didn't like the service. They're
No, one
too
hundred
shy to tell
percent.
you, but you
At
know.
least you'll know. You'll have some feedback because a lot of people are more able to text. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say I
Then
know a
face to
lot of
face. Oh my
people.
god, me.
Yo,
I could never say anyone to anyone's face, like hurt their feelings and be like, "No, I hate your work." I could never do
but
that.
you don't say it like
No,
that.
I could just
Yo, I
never.
hate your work, by the way. I just
Yeah,
wasn't
you
able to let you
fucking
know.
suck. Sorry. I'd be like, oops,
And I oh.
oops.
But yeah, no, follow-up messages are definitely something that retain clients because you're able to show your client that you care, you
Yeah, and
know?
I think it'll incite them to tip more.
No,
Just like
100% it
having
does.
that good relationship,
Yeah,
maintaining that
it definitely
online is
does.
super important.
I used to follow up with my clients. It was, and I remember they would used to tell me, "Oh, it's so fun to finally have a tech that cares." So a tech that cares is, when there's a relationship, people are more inclined to tip. People are
Mm-hmm.
more inclined to also not show up late, respect your policies, respect your services, get the money you want. You're gonna get the clients you want. Those go hands in hand. Definitely follow up messages are the way to go. I definitely people have told me it's made a difference. People
Oh,
love it.
100%. And, keeping that good. I think, again, Forbes, thank you. 70% of people that were surveyed on Forbes for this survey in particular said that they are more inclined to tip if, like, they feel like the place is, fancy, pretty, like the customer service is great from booking
Of
to
course. Like see
the
it like a
end. But
restaurant.
I had a horrible, horrible, horrible experience with a lash tech. And no, I didn't tip her.
No, get the service that you so wanted before getting there, you would have
100%.
been more inclined to tip.
And it was also cash, right? I had to go get money out. I had to get a ride there. Like, it depends on where you are. Even accessing ATM machines in the city here is a pain in the ass because of the service fees.
Oh, is it?
Oh my god, service fees are like
Oh my god.
$4.50 because if you don't go to your bank. But it's like not everyone
Uh
has their bank super close to
no,
them. Not everyone
true.
owns a car. Like, you need to think about all these
True,
things. So
true.
if you want your clients to tip, please let them pay through like Amex or whatever.
But yeah, no, I feel like Squarespace is pretty much accessible for people that want to take like like little deep. Just
they
get
have
your
good
client to
customer
whip out the card
service, good
and
reputation. Yeah, I
yeah,
think, and you can connect it to your iPad or your
it makes
iPhone.
you look so much more professional.
100%.
Oh my god.
And I swear, anyways.
Imagine you get your nails done even though you're like in somebody's house and she whips out the little debit machine like, today you can pay by card. You're like, whew, okay. Because it's not a lot of them. Not a
Yeah.
lot of them.
Not does make you miss out on certain tips.
No, it does.
So,
Sucks.
anyways,
By experience, I know. So yeah, comment below. Do you tip? Do you not tip? Do you prefer when your clients tip you? Do you expect a tip? Let us know. Debate in the comments.
we're curious because this is our opinion, and we're
Yeah,
really only here
100%.
to give you research facts. We're trying to help you as per what servicees are saying, but we want to hear what the servicers are saying as well and what they expect.
No, we need to know. We need to know. What are you guys
We
saying?
want to know, and it'll help everyone's understanding a
Yeah,
little
regardless
better,
of what
right?
you want to do, though, if you want tips or you don't want tips, like just learn how to market yourself online and put it out
Do
there.
not
Things
fight
you
in the
do.
comments like we're on TikTok.
Please not.
Okay.
Please
But
don't.
that's Sophia.
That's it.
And this was the Beauty Hustle Lab this week. Guys, tune in next Monday. We're gonna have another video out, just like every Monday. We will have another article posted about this on our website so that all the points are condensed.
Linked
and,
below for easy access.
Yes, all the condensed points will be there if ever you want to go back to it. Use your Plums reward card at Simon.